The BCCI is run a bit like the country, a one-man show.
पानी और खून भी एक साथ नहीं बह सकते.
Pakistan's cricket board is also like its country, totally dysfunctional after the Modi government gave the final green signal.
The views expressed in this blog are hosted on my own website, are strictly personal, and do not reflect the views of any organization.
Namaskar, hello and welcome friends once again to Straight Bat, my weekly video blog where, as the title suggests, I comment with a straight bat. Now, a few weeks ago, I had lamented that India-Pakistan cricket was now, as a famous book had titled it, War minus the shooting. War minus the shooting. After the high drama this week in the United Arab Emirates, what can I say? Matches between India and Pakistan, my friends, are now not just war minus the shooting, but also politics minus the gunshots. As a result, the players on both sides have become and been reduced to pawns on a chessboard, where those behind the scenes are using the sport to settle political scores. Which is why I believe it's time on Straight Bat to expose the ugly reality. पहले दोस्तों chronology समझिए, understand the chronology. For almost 3 months after Operation Sindoor in May, there was uncertainty over whether the Asia Cup will go ahead. Would India boycott a tournament involving Pakistan or get the tournament postponed? The decision to participate was taken only in the third week of August last month, after the Modi government gave the final green signal. Let me repeat, after the Modi government gave the final green signal. In between, there were hectic behind the scenes negotiations that involved two key figures. Pakistan's cricket board chairman, who's also Asian Cricket Council head Mohsin Naqvi, and International Cricket Council chairman Shah, who is also the de facto supremo even now of the BCCI. They may not show it in public, but Shah and Mohsin Naqvi have a decent relationship by all accounts in private. Shah is, of course, the son of the all-powerful Home Minister of India, Amit Shah, and Mohsin Naqvi is his equivalent, Pakistan's Interior Minister, the equivalent of the Home Minister in that country. Someone who has made provocative anti-India statements during and after Operation Sindoor, even warning of a nuclear conflict. It was this Shah Mohsin Naqvi duo who struck a backroom deal after getting the go-ahead from their respective governments. India would participate in the Asia Cup since it was a multilateral event. Pakistan in turn would play in the T20 World Cup that's scheduled to be held in India next February, but at a neutral venue. Any boycott would have meant loss of revenue from lucrative television rights and would have spelled doom for Asian cricket that survives on the Indo-Pak rivalry. The Modi government had another important reason to green flag the Indian participation. The Modi government wants to bring the Olympic Games to India in 2036. Any boycott would have sent negative signals to the world community. So let's get this clear at the very outset, my friends. The decision to play Pakistan was not taken by the BCCI, certainly not by the players, but by the government of India. Yes, the same government which says blood and water cannot coexist.
पानी और खून भी एक साथ नहीं बह सकता.
And so has suspended the Indus Water Treaty, but chooses to go ahead with playing cricket with Pakistan in a multilateral event. Now, all that is very well, because this has been happening since 2012. We've been playing Pakistan in international tournaments. Only this time, the Modi government had not anticipated the backlash from its own staunch supporters, especially on social media. Please appreciate, this is a government which in a way lives and dies by headline management, especially on Twitter or X. Any negative narrative on social media, any negative trend is treated very seriously by this government. This is also a government which is paranoid of conceding even an inch in its core nationalistic India first plank. This time, with opposition parties like the Shiv Sena, UBT and RJD raising questions over the India-Pak matches, the government was pushed on the back foot. There are crucial elections in Bihar in a few weeks and an important BMC election in Mumbai in a few months. The Modi government was very clear. It did not want to give the opposition a stick or a narrative to beat it with. The government got even more nervous when pictures of India captain Surya Kumar Yadav shaking hands with Mohsin Naqvi and Pakistani captain Salman Agha during the captain's opening press conference went viral and attracted even more criticism. This is when the government decided to act to somehow or the other ring fence itself from this cry of boycott Pakistan. A message was sent to the BCCI management from the top political leadership here in India. No question of being seen now in any photo op with the Pakistanis. Now, the BCCI interim head is Rajiv Shukla, a Congress Rajya Sabha MP, a politician for all seasons with friends on all sides. The ever smiling Shukla ji is only a stopgap arrangement. He has no real executive powers, zero. The only person whose voice really matters in the BCCI even now is Shah. He may have moved to the ICC as president, but he remote controls the BCCI. It was Shah who communicated the government's stern message to Gautam Gambhir, the Indian team coach. No shaking hands, no photo ops with the Pakistanis. Gambhir, you will recall, was a BJP MP from East Delhi till he resigned just ahead of the 2024 elections. Gambhir is a tough cookie, someone whose grim or rather Gambhir look may not make him everyone's cup of tea. But he's a no-nonsense coach with strong ideas of his own and a firm believer in the BJP's credo of muscular nationalism. It was Gambhir who told all the players to stay away from the social media chatter, focus instead on the game and ensure we defeated Pakistan at all costs. It was Gambhir who told Captain Surya Kumar Yadav that there was no question of shaking hands with the Pakistan captain this time at the toss. Whether he also communicated the decision to dedicate the win to the victims of Pahalgam, the soldiers of Operation Sindoor, is unclear. But it is apparent that Surya Kumar was given a script that he was expected to follow. Now, Surya is a super cricketer and a nice, relaxed guy. Those who played with him for Mumbai tell me that he's a true gentleman, someone who has always played within the spirit of the sport. Now, whether to shake hands or not with your rivals is a personal choice. Yes, it is against the MCC spirit of cricket, but it is only a convention, not a rule. By contrast, making a political statement during the post-match press conference or presentation is against the rules of the ICC. ICC regulations bar players from making any political messages during a match from an ICC platform without permission. In 2023, Australian cricketer Usman Khwaja was warned and censured for wearing a black armband in support of the Gaza victims. By contrast, the West Indian players were permitted to wear Black Lives Matter logos on their shirts in 2020. Surya Kumar Yadav, by bringing in the Indian Army and Operation Sindoor in his post-match remarks, was making a political statement which is against the ICC rules. This is now when the shit hit the ceiling on the Pakistani side. Pakistan today is a mediocre cricket team. They were well beaten by India on the field. Off the field, the Pakistani army state was enraged by what Surya Kumar had done. They felt humiliated and embarrassed Mohsin Naqvi, who, as I said earlier, is also the Interior Minister of Pakistan, was reportedly pulled up by no less than Field Marshal Asim Munir's office. Naqvi panicked. He instantly chose to blame the match referee Andy Pycroft, accusing him of having struck a no handshake deal with the Indians without informing the Pakistanis, and asked the ICC to intervene and remove him as referee. It was a stupid thing to ask for. How is the match referee responsible if a player refuses to shake hands? The Shah headed ICC rejected the Pakistan accusation and refused to replace Pycroft. A desperate Pakistan now changed the goalposts. Now they wanted action against Surya Kumar Yadav for his political messaging. But does anyone seriously expect the ICC, a body that is entirely dependent on India's finances and whose top management is almost entirely Indian, to fine or censure the Indian captain? While Pakistan threatened to pull out of the Asia Cup, it was mere posturing. They realized they didn't have any cards left to play. Four things, my friends, are now amply clear, and please listen carefully. The handshake or the no handshake and linking the match result to Op Sindoor was done at the instance of the government of India, that was worried about the public anger post Pahalgam for playing with Pakistan in the first place and were keen to manage the headlines and any negative narrative. Secondly, India used its clout in the ICC to ensure that no complaint from Pakistan was entertained. And three, the Pakistani Cricket Board committed harakiri with its ill-advised overreaction. Net, my friends, here's the truth. We are the Superman, the big bullies of cricket who can get away by violating rules and conventions of the game. The BCCI is run a bit like the country, a one-man show. On the other side of the LOC, Pakistan's cricket board is also like its country, totally dysfunctional. Its once proud cricket team is a pale shadow of its former self, and many of its former cricketers have turned venomous against Indians in TV studios in the hope that it will win them applause in their own country. Sadly, the same can be said of a few Indian cricketers also, who tend to make some mindless remarks. Which brings me to my fourth and final point, my friends. The truth is, both Indian and Pakistani establishments are now caught in a tangle where everything they do is shaped by what I call performative nationalism, a kind of a pantomime political theatre catering to increasingly shrill domestic constituencies who relish some kind of muscle flexing, even if the aggression is limited to screeching in a noisy TV studio. The game doesn't really matter. The Pahalgam victims don't really matter. The players are being forced to play the role of soldiers in cricket uniform. What only matters is pretending to stand up for nationalistic sentiment even while striking lucrative TV sponsorship deals behind closed doors. Oh yes, here's a final point. I was sent a video of a fellow TV anchor screeching, shouting, ranting against the BCCI and Rajiv Shukla, blaming him for agreeing to play cricket with Pakistan. He even blamed Sachin Tendulkar, Saurav Ganguly and Rahul Dravid for not raising their voice. It was frankly comical, absurd, but also dangerous at the same time. The anchor blamed everyone but the government of India, who actually took the decision to play with Pakistan. The hypocrisies, my friends, are simply too staggering and need to be called out. That's what I've tried to do. Tell you the inside story of this proxy India-Pakistan cricket war. That was the Straight Bat. Do, of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel for many more such videos. For now, stay well, stay safe. Jai Hind. Namaskar.